Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Friday, the 11th of November 2022. This is the 1111 portal. I am Spirit of Life Alchemy, and this is your morning message tarot reading. So we have some astrology today, as always. So the moon is in Gemini all day, another portal. The Gemini glyph looks like a doorway. So passing through the Gemini portal and the 1111 portal today. Anyway, so the moon's in Gemini. It's going to trine Saturn, square Neptune, conjunct Mars, and square Jupiter. So this could be there could be a bit of imbalance or conflict between the Saturnian 3D existence and the more spiritual Neptunian 5D existence, and trying to find balance. I think you'll feel more settled in the 3D today because it's a trine to Saturn, whereas it's a square. Trines are supportive, squares, bit of challenge, bit of conflict, bumping up against each other. Yeah, it might be a time to be realistic about your plans and your goals and taking responsibility down here in the 3D world, and not blow your ideas and your dreams and your imagination up too big, because that could cause conflict. Supported by Mars, the moon's conjunct Mars, which is retrograding in Gemini. So rather than rushing about doing a bazillion things all at once, when Mars retrogrades in Gemini, it's about mindfulness and meditation and thinking things over and reflecting on things. So yeah, calming it all down. We also have the Sun square Saturn. So looking for challenges and conflict and restrictions and issues, and shining a light and shining your light on them. And then we also have Gemini, Venus, quincunx Mars. So balancing the divine feminine, divine masculine, maybe through that mindfulness, that meditation, the quiet reflection of the Mars retrograde, looking at our values, and you know, around love, around money, our creativity, and just sitting back and being mindful about it all. So anyway, let's do some cards and see what they say for today. So we've got the Work Your Light cards first of all. So let's see, what do we need to know for today, Friday the 11th of November 2022. Going through the 1111 portal, which is about forward momentum, can be part of the soulmate cycle if you're, if you're that way inclined. Really, for me, soulmate stuff is internal. Balancing the divine feminine, the divine masculine, Venus and Mars. Okay, but because it's a bit like sort of pulling a slingshot back as far as you can and then letting go. The 1111 portal propels us forward into the new beginnings. So it's a bit of a time, isn't it? It's the first sort of 11 days of November, endings and beginnings, pauses and portals. Are we finally launched into the new year yet? Anyway, back to doing some cards. So what do we need to know for today, Friday the 11th of November 2022? Messages around the 1111 portal that's happening today. What messages does Spirit have for the collective? What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? Okay, let's just see one more. What do we need to know? Okay, so card at the bottom. Dance with life. This is about new energies, changing energies. Just going to slip my glasses on for a moment so I can read it. Yeah, dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Get pulled back in a slingshot and pounded into the new beginnings. That might be an idea. The age of light. You have been training for this for lifetimes. It definitely feels like we're going through an awakening at the moment. Raising our vibrations and yeah, moving more towards the light. And then let's see what we got. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic and teacher. So coming together in sisterhood collectives, raising the divine feminine, and stepping into, you know, roles of being priestess, of being mystic, of being teacher. Okay, let's do some tarot and see what they have to say for today. So what have we got? We've got Thoth. We've got the good old Thoth deck, one of my oldest decks. You can see from sort of the colour of the edges and things, it's been well fingered and thumbed. What do we need to know for today, Friday the 11th of November 2022? What especially messages around the 1111 portal happening today? What do we need to know? What messages does Spirit have for the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Let's see. Okay, so the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight in other decks. So air of air, messages coming through quickly. With the Seven of Wands, Valor, Mars in Leo. And the Prince of Cups. So messages of love coming through rather quickly, possibly. The Seven of Swords, futility. I don't know if a squirrel's just jumped from the tree onto my roof. Something thudded up there. The moon in Aquarius. Okay. And then the Four of Discs, power, is the sun, excuse me, in Capricorn. Princess of Wands, the Lovers, and the Star. With the Prince, that's three princes we've got coming up. The only one we haven't had at the moment is the Prince of Pentacles, Prince of Discs. Mr. Ploddy along, doing all the work, taking your time, patience. Okay, so okay, so where we find ourselves, the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords, Heir of Air, Mutable Air, Gemini, ideas and information flooding through to you. We've got the Moon in Gemini, conjunct Mars retrograde. You might find yourself a bit overwhelmed with information today. Might be there could be too much, and and the need to sit down and mindfully, meditatively sort through and slow down the rush of information. I'm getting that with the Seven of Wands. Not as usually a thing that I get for the Seven of Wands, but that sense of, if too much is coming through too quickly, then putting up boundaries, defending yourself so not to get overwhelmed. So yeah, making sure you're taking your time so you can make sense of it all. Some of those messages could be messages of love. We've got the Prince of the the Prince of Cups, air of water, mutable water, which is Pisces, which is where we've got Neptune and Jupiter at the moment. So some of those messages could be coming through from spirit. They could be a bit overwhelming. Remember, we've got that square from the moon in Gemini to Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. So again, if it's all coming in too fast, slow it down and take time to digest it, ground it. Saturnian energies, you know, doing it slowly, methodically, taking time. Then we've got the Seven of Swords, which is the moon in Aquarius, futility. In this card, you're the large sword up the centre, the sword of strength, and there's all these interruptions coming, just trying to distract you. And it's really hard to keep on track when there's all these other, you know, niggling swords coming in. So that's what I mean about the slowing down, the ground yourself. And the grounding's repeated here with the Four of discs here. We've got this castle structure. This is the sun in Capricorn. Building your firm foundations, something you can defend yourself from. Okay, so you don't get overwhelmed by all the interruptions, it could be that information's coming in from so many different sources that you can't keep up with it. Ground it, ground yourself, carefully sift through it, making sense of it. Okay, so the clarifier's up here. When I saw this, it's like, oh, that's a bit heavy for today. And then sort of the clarifiers came out. It's like, oh, that's nice. So the clarifiers, we've got the Princess of Wands. This is, you know, inspirations and taking your fears. I always see this taking your fears by the tiger, representing your fears. It's like, I don't need you. I'm not scared of you. Go away. So yeah, that not becoming overwhelmed, standing in your power, inspirations coming for you. If you can sift through all this stuff coming in and going on, then you can find inspiration in there, and not be overwhelmed by it. It could lead to a choice to be made. Also with the Lover's Day, because we've got Mercury, Venus, Quincux, Mars, it could be about balancing divine feminine, divine masculine within you. Okay, or you know, or using both sides of your mind, your creative and your logical sides of your mind, using your consciousness and your subconsciousness, generally being in balance. Okay, and that will bring about the star, which is healing, it's hope, opportunity, new beginnings. You know, I said at the beginning about sort of the 1111 portal is like being pulled back in a catapult and then shot through. The main reading is about the speed of that being shot through. The clarifiers is about sort of how and where you land. Okay, cards at the bottom of the deck. We had the Knight of Wands here. Air of fire, immutable fire, Sagittarian energy, they're aiming for the stars. I did see, yes, the Nine of Swords there. Mars in Gemini, overwhelmed. Be careful not to get overwhelmed today with too much information. Letting your mind run away, going into anxiety and fears, ruminating over things, worrying about things. Be awake at 4 o'clock in the morning worrying about things, especially with the speed of everything coming in. As I said, the prince that isn't here is the Prince of Discs, the slow, ploddy, methodical prince. And so when you've got the 3 others in a reading and not that one has special importance. That's the way to go to overcome the energies of the 3. So it is really about not getting overwhelmed, slowing down to deal with the rush of information and things. And that leads to the 4, the new beginning. Okay. This reading really is about that 1111 portal and being slingshotted through the portal into the new beginnings. Good luck, everybody. Buckle in for the day and keep safe. Remember, it's all good. We just have to, remember to dance with life, dance with the energies that show up. Dance with this today. Don't get too serious about it. Know that sort of this has been coming through for a long, long time, and we're just being catapulted into it. And you're not alone. Okay, the sisterhood of the rose. For me, the rose is all about love, energy, and love vibration, coming together with other groups of women also on the spiritual path, and coming from a place of love. Okay, so that's today's reading. That is your morning message tarot reading and your 1111 portal reading, all rolled into one today. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like, for notifications, click on the wiggly bell wherever that is. If you'd like a personal reading, then please do email me at the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching. Let's see if my little thing's going to go off first time today.